is lined up on the left side. Hits the pitch to Johnson. He gets outside. He's in! Mario Johnson! Two-point conversion! The Warriors are on! Unbelievable! 22 unbelievable! 16 seconds left.
All right, welcome. Very special edition of Coach's Corner. Nick came up with this idea. Was it just you, Nick, or was it you and Mark, or who was it?
No, I was sitting here at my desk one night and I started writing down a bunch of great football players, and I just thought, oh, this would be fun to do with my friends. So I sent it over to Mark and thought, what do you think? And sent it off to you guys. And then Bobby and I were talking about doing a second show, maybe perhaps doing just guys that we knew in our lifetime rather than extending out to guys that we never saw but only hearsay that they were great. So that's how we came about it.
All right. Well,
so how you could say that Honus Wagner was better than somebody. I don't know how. It's different.
I know. It's hard. Well, I think the all-time team is a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Because all we've ever seen are old black and white clips.
Running funny. Yeah.
A couple of them are easy, but then we get into that gray area where who knows. Where do we want to start? Do we want to start with catcher and go all the way to the bench player, or how do you want to do it?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. All right. So
why don't you throw out your two?
Okay.
And then we'll say if we have anybody different.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go catchers first.
Yep.
And personally, I think the greatest catcher I ever saw, but also in history, was Johnny Bench. He was absolutely incredible. He could throw people out from a crouch. You got to be kidding me.
That was like you were running.
I agree with you. With you.
He was amazing.
That's who I had as number one.
You did. Who'd you have next?
Number one, I had Yogi Berra.
Okay.
I had him too.
I had Ivan Rodriguez for my number two guy.
Go ahead.
Go.
Oh, I took Yogi Berra over Bench because Bench was my number two because Berra had more championships.
Okay. Good point. Bobby, who's your number two?
It was Yogi Berra, but I'd argue with Nick in the fact he had more championships because he played on a great team. It had nothing to do with him as an individual. They had a great team. I could have caught for the Yankees and we might have won a few. So I don't know.
Yeah, and then you got somebody like Ivan Rodriguez, who was a great player, but he played for a mediocre at best team in Texas. Just a lousy team. Billy, what about your two? we know
Johnny
you had
Roseboro and Roy Campanella.
Oh, that's good ones too.
Yeah, Johnny Roseboro.
Didn't he get hit over the head with a baseball bat?
Marichal hit him with a bat.
Yeah, with the bat.
Yeah.
Well, he's
all right, we're gonna move
off.
We're gonna move on.
Okay.
And these two guys I never saw, but
who are we taking consensus as a catcher?
I think it would probably be Bench and Berra. It would be the consensus.
Right.
And you guys gave Bench number one picks, right?
Me and Bobby did, yeah.
Yeah, so then he would be number one then.
First baseman. Now I'm going strictly on Hall of Fame history because I wanted to stay out of the steroid era. So my two are Lou Gehrig and Hank Greenberg. Had to go against Lou Gehrig.
Yeah,
even though he's a Yankee.
The kids are watching this. They're going to say, "Who the hell is Hank Greenberg?"
Yeah, I know.
But I totally agree with Gehrig. But
Gehrig and anybody, who else, Billy?
I don't know. Any of the great outfielders that had to be put at first base near the end of their career. Yaz played there.
Yeah.
Didn't Hank Aaron play first base too at the end?
He might have, yeah.
Who do you have, Bobby?
Hank
I
Aaron.
had Lou Gehrig and Jimmy Fox.
All right, Jimmy Fox,
I think-
another good.
I had
choice.
it the other. I had Gehrig as number 1, Fox number 2.
That's what I had.
Yeah, but if you
Well,
have to
I think-
throw somebody in there,
I think it's a consensus that Gehrig is number 1.
who's number 2?
Any
Jimmy
of them.
Fox.
Who?
2 of us had Jimmy Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is, again, I thought we said we're going to throw the person that actually he played games there. Henry Aaron
Jimmy
played
Fox?
games there.
Jimmy
Yes,
Fox?
played games there.
Jimmy
Yeah, but I
Fox.
Don't tell me Jimmy Fox was better than Hank Aaron.
Yeah, but Billy, I got Hank Aaron in right field, so I can't.
And I
have
got
him both.
No.
Hank Aaron in the outfield too.
You got him in right field.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
We had the same. You know what, Billy? When we
Well,
get
where
to the
did
next
Ruth play?
show,
Where did Babe Ruth play?
right field.
we played
You
right
get
field.
to pick players. 2 players at each position.
Oh,
Didn't you read the note?
yeah.
All
but-
right, second base. We got to move on here. Second base.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
Second base.
All right. My second baseman are Roberto Alomar. And this one might be a little bit of a curveball. I don't know how many of you guys remember how great he was, but it was Rod Carew.
I
Yeah.
had him as honorable mention.
Huh?
I had him as honorable mention.
Oh, did you? Rod Carew? He was good. How many batting titles did he win when we were kids?
He
Yeah.
was good. He was good.
Hey,
Play with the
I'm
Twins.
sorry. I couldn't. I had to throw Pete Rose in at second base because
Oh,
I couldn't put him anywhere in the outfield.
Yeah, really.
You know, I forgot about Pete Rose. Didn't he play third base too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outfield, third base, second base.
I forgot about him. I forgot about him, Billy. That's a good one because personally, and you guys all know this, and the people at home that have watched us over the years all know, I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. But
Yeah, I do
that's
too.
my
I
opinion.
do too.
All right,
Well,
so Bobby, who you have?
I had Roger Hornsby and Joe Morgan.
Joe Morgan. Those are good
Joe
picks.
Morgan's good.
Yeah.
But I still take Rose and Carew.
Yeah, I now that you say it, I'd go with Rose too.
I had Rogers Hornsby as my number 1 and Roberto Alomar as my number 2.
I like him too.
Alomar was great. There's a lot of good choices at second base, I think. My opinion. I mean, I love, you know how I feel about Pete Rose. You guys all know. I love the guy, but I never thought of him as a second baseman. Did he play second a lot?
Who?
Rose. I thought he
No,
played
not
third
a
and
lot.
first.
Not a
Not a
lot.
lot.
He played third most of the time,
Third base.
but he did play second a little bit.
Yeah,
Outfield.
I did.
Also, I had down. I didn't pick him, but I had Jackie Robinson. He was.
Yeah, I thought of him too.
If he
Bob.
could have played more years, if they let him play more years, he probably would have been one of the greatest too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's
He was
true.
one of the greatest.
What's that?
He was one of the greatest.
He was.
He was
just
one of
had
the
a
greatest
shortened
just for
career.
what he had to go through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
I mean, really.
Really.
Okay, let me do the third baseman.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I got Brooks Robinson and Schmidt.
Billy. Exactly what I had.
I had one.
I had the same two, only flip flop.
I had Schmidt first, and I picked George Brett.
Oh, jeez.
That's another good
That's
one. See, I
another
didn't
good
think
one.
of him.
Yeah, I
Jeez.
think Brooks Robinson for defense, but Brett for offense.
It's hard to leave Schmidt off because he was a good defensive player and he could hit like hell.
Oh yeah,
Right. You're right.
yeah.
And Robinson, I mean, everybody when you used to play Little League baseball, you know, if you wanted to talk about somebody that had great defense, Brooks Robinson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nobody had hands.
absolutely.
I idolized Brooke Robinson.
Yeah,
I had his
Everybody.
bat. I had his glove.
He was a vacuum cleaner.
He was. Nothing got by him.
Nothing.
Nothing.
How many games he saved?
Oh my God.
Yep.
He was.
He was
great.
great. He
He
was
was
great.
People were going to leave off this thing.
I know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna wait and hold the outfield till last. How's that? Because I think that's where we're going to have the biggest variations.
All right, do shortstop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shortstop. To me, shortstop was easy. I'll go first again. It was Ripken and Jeter. I don't know how you can pick anybody else.
I got Ripkins, but I don't have Jeter.
I don't have Jeter.
No,
I have Jeter.
He wasn't even on my list.
you're
I had
kidding.
Jeter.
No, I had Honus Wagner and Cal Ripken.
All right.
Yeah.
Billy?
I had Ripken and Aparicio.
And I also had Ernie Banks and
Oh, geez,
A-Rod.
another
Hey,
one.
we only get two.
I know, but I had honorable mentions.
No. You get one honorable mention.
All right, we got Cal Ripken then.
You know what,
All right.
Bobby? You can make an argument in my mind for Ernie Banks too.
Yeah.
I always, now you guys know, I hate the Yankees, but I always liked Joe Torre and I always liked Derek Jeter
I
because
like
he
Jeter.
played with class.
Right.
My first pick was Derek Jeter. My second pick, you guys going to love this, Alex Rodriguez.
I had him. I had him as my fourth.
A-Rod.
He was great too. He was.
If he had any kind of personality, I would have picked.
You're right.
You're right. You know what?
Fantastic.
You know what, Bobby?
Yeah.
He was the Jim Rice of shortstops,
Yeah.
right?
You're right.
All the media hated Rice,
Yeah. You're right.
and nobody likes Rodriguez either.
No.
But the thing about A-Rod, you got to give me more for him.
You gotta give me money. I need more than A-Rod for.
Hey, Mark, shut Nicky off, Mark.
I need
More
more
for
for
A-Rod.
A-Rod than Pujols.
Shut Nicky off, Mark.
You know who else we left off at first base was Albert Pujols.
Yeah, I
Another
had.
great hitter. Not now.
Yeah.
Now. At the end of his career, no. But
Right.
all right. So let's go into pitching.
No, the outfield.
We're going to do
Oh,
it
you're doing
last.
outfield last. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. All right. My left-handed pitches. You guys already heard them. I don't think Nick did. My
Left-hand.
left-handed pitches. Huh?
Left-handed
Sandy
pitcher. Go ahead.
Yeah. We're Steve Carlton and Sandy Koufax.
Good pick.
Yeah, I wouldn't go with definitely.
Bobby, who'd you take?
definitely.
I had Koufax 1 and Randy Johnson 2.
Me too.
Randy Johnson was my honorable mention, Bobby. It was a hard choice between him and Carlton.
Carlton was longevity.
Yeah,
Carlton was.
Yeah.
He was.
Carlton did it for
I
20
would have been
plus
afraid
years.
to bat against Randy Johnson.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
You know what?
That was the great
Remember the
comparison.
All-Star game? What was the guy's name in the
Oh,
All-Star
John
game?
Kruk.
He went like this.
Kruk.
John
Kruk.
John Kruk. Yeah. He buzzed them inside, and Kruk almost pooped his pants.
He was
Yeah.
batting from the on-deck circle. He's
Yeah.
But you know something? There was an irony there. You got the Carlton, who was a long career, and Koufax, who really had a short career.
Right.
And they were both great at both times.
That's true.
Koufax was scary great.
He was scary for 10 years only.
Yeah.
I know.
You know, this what we're doing is not an easy thing to do, to round out
Oh,
all
God,
of the
no.
great- and to just have two picks, so you got to stick with who you have because it's
Right.
not easy to do. All right. And I think everybody that we've picked so far, I mean, Bobby and we're all agreeing with each other on
Yeah.
these guys. You know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah.
it's not an easy thing to do, but
It
I
is.
mean, to remember watching Koufax pitch in the World Series against the Yankees, he was lights out. Lights
He was.
out.
Remember
There's
this
so many
argument-
great.
Hey, just remember this argument about Koufax when we go into the right-handed pitches. Remember this argument.
Okay. We're going right-handed right now. I went Christy Mathewson and Bob Gibson.
I had Walter Johnson and Bob Gibson.
Bob Gibson and Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan.
That was
He had a great
You're not going to
career.
argue with that, Billy.
No, can't argue
Never
with it.
played for a good team.
Never
Never.
played for a good team. And I remember being at Fenway Park watching him and Roger Clemens in a matchup. I sat in my seat and was in awe.
You probably heard me tell this story before, but it was the umpire. I can't remember his name. He's a funny guy. He wrote a book. He said he was doing his first game behind the plate, and he's playing. It's California, and Nolan Ryan's on the mound. First pitch comes in, and he hesitates a minute or second, and he says, "Strike one." The batter steps out, turns around, and looks at him. He goes, "That was a strike?" And the umpire said to him, "Sounded like a strike to me." That was Nolan Ryan.
How about the White Sox there that charged the mound and went after Ryan?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
and he beat the crap out of him.
And he beat the crap out of him.
Yes, he did. Who's yours, Nick? Who are your two pitchers?
Well, I agree with Bobby. I took Walter Johnson based on what I read historically, that he was one of the greatest pitchers of all time. And again, each era is a lot different than the other. You know what I mean? Things were different. But
Yeah.
my second pitch was I did it with my heart because I
Pedro?
thought that it was Pedro Martinez.
I like
Because
that.
I thought Pedro was I just remember seeing him in that 2000 All-Star game when he just 9 pitches struck everybody out. It was incredible.
Well, there you go again. Now, there's the argument. I didn't want to say Pedro because he had a 10-year span.
Right.
Right.
But if you put him besides Koufax, they were both 10 years
Unhittable.
untouchable.
Right.
Unhittable.
Untouchable.
You're
I
right.
look at it this way. When it comes to Pedro. If I had to have a game to save my house or something like that, and somebody said, who would you have pitching? And it would be Pedro for me. And I don't even have him on the all-time list. It would be either him or Gibson, because Gibson was a bulldog.
Think about when he used to pitch guys. I mean, it was electric. You wanted to be watching that game when he was pitching.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
How about the night he drilled the first batter or the first batter got a hit or whatever it was, and then he nobody else hit him. It was unbelievable. He was unbelievable.
When he was pitching against the Red Sox, and he pointed to his ear, to the catcher of the Yankees there. What I can't remember what his name is. He goes, "I'll put it in your ear." Remember when he?
Yeah.
Oh, that was what's his name?
Posada.
Posada.
Posada, yeah.
Jorge Posada.
Hey, Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby. What was I going to say? I forgot.
Pedro.
No,
We're talking about Pedro.
no.
All right.
It'll come back. Hey,
Oh, this is
Oh,
it. I got it. You put Gibson on that high mound
oh,
Yeah.
and have him come down at you.
oh,
Imagine if you put Johnson on that high mound and had him come at you.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Remember they? Who
All
was
right,
it?
we got to get moving.
Carlton went to the lower mound.
Yes, he did.
Ryan went to the
Almost
lower
got-
mound.
Yeah.
Those older pitchers, they had that higher mound.
You know who else I had?
Look,
As,
they
you know who else I had
they
as
could
a
generate
honorable
speed.
mention? Louis
Who?
Tiant. I love the guy. I love the guy. All right, here we go. We gotta go. We gotta go quickly. Left-handed relievers. To me, there was only 2 in the game, as
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned.
I'm just
Al
going
Hrabowski
relievers. Forget lefty.
And Sparky Lyle.
Oh, I don't even have those 2.
You don't?
Mariano Rivera cannot be beaten. You can't
No,
not.
I said
Rivera's number one.
left-handed.
Oh,
Left-handed.
left-handed. I'm sorry. I
Who you
had
got?
Sparky Lyle and Al Hrabowski.
huh?
I just split them up.
Roscoe and Billy Wagner.
All
I had
Roscoe's a
Billy-
good one.
Billy Wagner and Mariano Rivera.
All right,
No,
how about
The
right-handers?
righty.
How about right-handers?
Right-handed reliever?
Hoffman,
Mariano.
Hoffman,
Mariano.
Yeah.
and
And left,
Hoffman.
and left-handed was Billy Wagner.
Oh, I thought you did have to do 2.
I thought we had 2, Nick.
I just did one reliever.
Oh,
for
all
each
right.
side.
My second right-handed reliever
Yeah.
was Dennis Eckersley.
That's who I had.
Eckersley and Mariano. All right. All right.
Let's jump in the outfield.
All right. How about this one's going to be easy as far as there's only 2 as far as I'm concerned.
Left field.
No, DH. DH.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Poppy and Martinez.
Edgar Martinez. That's who I
Edgar
had.
Martinez. They're the only two,
Yeah.
as far
Uh,
as I'm concerned.
I took
I
Poppy
didn't have
and Mark,
DHs.
Mark McGuire.
I didn't have a DH.
wasn't a DH.
McGuire
though.
wasn't a
Wasn't
DH.
a DH.
If he wasn't in first base, he was a DH.
He played in the National League. He never DH'd.
Who, Poppy?
No.
No.
Oh,
McGuire.
McGuire, he played for the A's. That's
Yeah,
not
it was-
National
He was first base with the A's. He
Yeah.
left the A's
Or-
before they
Well, I had to stick him somewhere.
blow his smoke.
Juice.
All right, how about bench player? And then we'll get to
Oh.
the outfield.
I didn't. Who you guys
I didn't do a
picking?
bench
We could be
player.
here all day, bench players.
Bobby.
I had
Bobby,
Lenny
Yeah.
Harris and Manny Mota.
And I had Ben Zobrist.
Ben Zobrist.
Ben
He was
Zobrist.
one of the greatest pinch hitters I
Yeah.
ever saw.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Look
that's
at
the
Billy.
point that you ever saw.
Look at Billy.
Oh, I had a bench player, No Neck Williams.
No,
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the outfield. I didn't do it by
that's what we should have had, Nick. The best
We got
nickname.
too many. We got too many.
I know. Listen, I didn't do
Pick
it by
six.
left field,
Pick
right
six
field,
and throw
center.
them anywhere. Pick six
I know.
and put them anywhere.
Okay.
I picked 7 because that's what Nick said. The most of them are this probably what we all would agree. Obviously, you got to have Mays, Mantle, Clemente, Ted Williams,
No.
Babe Ruth,
Yeah.
Mike Trout, and Ken Griffey Jr.
No.
Not even close.
No. Williams,
All right.
Mantle, Ruth, Aaron, Mays, Clemente.
I didn't put Aaron in there. I should have.
Those are my 6.
I had
I don't care where you put them.
Williams, Mays, Ruth, Aaron Cobb, and Stan Musial.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too.
I left
Who'd
out.
you have?
I knew you were going to take Musial, Bobby.
Yeah.
Who'd
I
you
had,
leave out? You left out
I had
Clemente?
left
I left out
fielder.
Clemente.
Left fielder, I
And
had
you left
Williams.
out someone else.
Hank
Mays?
Aaron.
The left
You left
field,
out
I had
Yeah.
Ted Williams and Barry Bonds. Center fielder, I had
I
Willie
knew you
Mays.
would take. I knew you would take Bonds.
Willie Mays, Mickey Mantle, and Ty Cobb. In left field, Ruth and Aaron.
I got everybody except Bonds. That you said. Frank
I
Robinson.
wouldn't take Bonds. I wouldn't take Bonds.
I wouldn't
if
take
he was
Bonds.
the only
I
outfielder out there.
Clemente.
Hey, the guy had a great career until he started doing steroids.
Yeah,
Frank
so did
Robinson.
McGuire. Yeah. Why don't we just pick Conseco and say we're nuts?
Yeah, yeah, but the rule was you couldn't wear a helmet in the outfield.
You know why I wouldn't take Bonds? You know why I wouldn't take Bonds?
Why?
I'm going to tell you why. And you're all going to remember this. The night he broke the home run, he broke Aaron's record. The only person that met him at home plate was a bat boy that was about 4 years old. What's that tell you about the man?
Yeah, true.
He was
Yeah, I don't hold it against the guy. I don't. I just look at his career, and I figured if I could put A-Rod on my all-time list, I could put Barry Bonds on.
No,
I don't know.
Bobby,
no. Anybody want drugs? No.
I
I
agree.
didn't pick Roger Clemens for the same reason.
Right.
yeah,
You know,
I-
you
I
could,
just-
and you're right. You could argue about Clemens. He did it for a long time too, Billy.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's
But-
why I didn't have him. I don't
Right.
even have him as the best Red Sox. Right now.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't have him. as
I'm
the
not
best Red
tipping my
Sox.
cap for that one yet.
I know.
But
I'm sure
that's a
you've
pretty
got.
good list. Did anybody write this stuff down to see who got the most votes?
No.
Well,
I would
Yeah.
think.
Bench,
I would-
Gehrig, Hornsby, Schmidt, Ripken, and I think the outfield, we all agreed on Williams, Mays, Ruth, Aaron, Cobb, probably Roberto Clemente.
I
Did you say-
forgot about Aaron.
Did
I
you
tried
say
to
Mantle,
put-
Bobby?
What?
Did you say Mickey Mantle?
Yes.
I had him as the 7th.
Okay.
Oh, Christ.
What?
Williams, Mantle, Ruth, Aaron, Mays, and Clemente. You can't put. I wouldn't put anyone on top of or below each other.
Ty
I'd, just
Cobb?
I'd put them on a straight line.
Did you have Ty
All
Cobb?
6 of them.
Did you have Ty Cobb?
No.
Oh, he's probably the best outfielder ever played.
I had Ty Cobb, Bob.
Yeah, me too.
I personally think Roberto Clemente was the Willie Mays of right field. Because Clemente, he had a gun. Have you ever seen the highlights?
Oh,
He
yeah.
throws people out from 350 feet away. He's
Yeah.
just amazing.
Yeah, he was
I had
Dewey
the
up
pleasure-
with a
I had
bat.
the pleasure of watching those 6 play. That's all.
How about he had 3,000 hits, right?
Who,
Yes.
Clemente?
Clemente? And
I
he
think they changed one to give it to him.
they did.
I think so.
They changed an era.
To a
Yeah.
hit to give him the
Oh,
would you-
3,000.
You don't think he would have gotten it if he came back?
Oh, absolutely.
He died in a plane crash, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was only in his 30s.
He
Yeah.
retired early.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sure
No,
did.
he didn't
Too early,
retire
way
early.
too early.
Not by choice.
No.
Overall, I think we did a pretty good job. I can't believe I forgot Hank Aaron. I can't believe that. I mean, he was one of my heroes. Boy, there was a guy that wasn't very well. He didn't look very big, anyways.
He
But
wasn't.
oh my God!
Who did he hit his record home run?
Al Downing.
Yeah.
And who caught it?
Guy in
Some
the
relief-
bullpen.
Yeah,
Was it?
some reliever in the bullpen.
Yeah.
Yeah, who caught it? You want to
You're
know?
gonna say the name, and I'm gonna go. Oh yeah,
Doug McGraw.
Tom House.
Tom
Tom
House.
House. That's right. Tom House. He could throw righty and lefty, right?
Yeah,
Did he?
Yeah, I think so.
yeah.
I don't know.
I think that was the
Amphibious.
case with him. And he stunk from both ends. Aaron would have got it if he came in.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Aaron had a candy bar named after him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like Babe Ruth did.
Yep.
Yeah, he did. Yep, he did. Barry Bonds didn't.
No,
No.
no.
Okay, I
He
want
had-
to add
I
one
think-
more. I want to add one more person to this all time.
Who?
Greatest baseball announcer.
Okay.
Ooh, Kirk Gowdy.
Harry Carey.
Harry Carey, I would go. Or the guy from the Dodgers,
Oh yeah, Vince Scully.
Vin
Vin
Scully.
Vin Scully, Harry Carey,
Harry Carey.
Kurt Gowdy.
Like Kurt Gowdy.
Kurt Gowdy. Kurt
Well,
Gowdy.
that's
3 and
because he's
2 and the
local.
big one do.
Because he was local.
Ken
You
Coleman.
remember that?
Ken
Ken Coleman, I like too.
Coleman.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
let's
liked him too.
pick the manager.
Oh yeah, we need to-
Oh,
We forgot the manager. Oh
do
no,
we have
yeah.
time?
all-time
Yeah.
manager.
How much
we
time
have
we got?
a minute 20, so we do.
All right, time.
Casey Stengel.
Nah,
Once he woke
Why
up,
not?
he was fine.
Billy.
Why not? Mine would be the
Billy Martin.
Orioles manager.
Billy Martin.
Bill, I agree with Bobby. Billy Martin.
Just because he aggravated Steinbrenner so much.
Yeah. He
Earl
was-
There's
Weaver.
another- and there's
Earl
another
Weaver.
player
Weaver was
we
good,
didn't
too.
know.
Tommy
There's another player
Lasorda.
we didn't pick.
Earl
Reggie
Weaver was the Bob Bigda of the major
That's
league.
why I took him.
He never argued. He didn't argue with me.
Where was that bitch?
Who was the Red Sox manager that had a plate in his head?
Yeah.
Don Zimmer.
Don Zimmer.
Zimmer.
Yeah.
Mr. Kettle.
Yeah, Mr. Keppel. Yeah, that's right. Mr. Keppel had a plate too.
Oh my
That was
goodness.
that was
What
good.
is
That was a, you know what? That was a great show.
Look at that.
And
What is
oh
that?
my God, Billy. There's some brotherly love going on.
That was
there.
that's the day I asked him to marry me.
And I said no. He's too hairy. All right, that's it for this edition of Coach's Corner. We'll be back with the Red Sox edition